Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, both Feet and Browns presents to you a random FN episode. What is going on, everybody? It's Phoenix, Blaze, and Sting.
Hi.
Hello.
Howdy.
How is everyone's evening?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Late on a Sunday. You know, we've never done this before this late on a Sunday. But
Time change is messing me up.
yeah, it messed me up this morning too.
But I'm not gonna let it get me down.
I was up a little bit later than usual last night.
So was I.
Looked at my clock and it was 1:30, and then 30 minutes later it was 3. So that's always a joy.
Oh no. Actually, you text me at like I don't know what time it was for me, but I'm pretty sure it was like 11:30 for me, and I was like, "What is this dude doing up?" And because I was like, I knew you were so far ahead or whatever, but
Being
I was
irresponsible.
laughing. I was laughing because but-
I was out having a good time.
nice.
I was
Were
probably
you?
passed out on my couch with episodes of Better Call Saul, just playing like 5 episodes in advance of where I actually fell asleep.
Oh no. I Speaking of Better Call Saul, did you watch the Breaking Bad movie? I didn't even watch it, but I
didn't know
still
there
need
was
to
a
finish
movie.
it.
There's a
Yeah.
movie?
Yeah. They like finished the story from Jesse's
Oh
perspective.
yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
You saw that? El
Yeah.
Camino?
yeah,
It came out fairly
yeah. No, I
long ago.
watched Breaking Bad, and then I watched that, and then I just went back and finished Better Call Saul. So I've
Got
seen
it.
I'm up to date on everything through everything. So
Yeah, I never watched the movie and I don't know why, but it was like I watched the TV show when it was on, like airing, and so when the movie came out, like I don't know, however many years later, I was like, oh, I forgot about it. Not
I
worried.
needed that.
I've been
If
watching.
somebody else watching Blazing,
I would.
I'm watching Blazing.
I would love,
Blazing Bad.
dude.
Blaze
I
watching
would love
Breaking Bad.
to watch it. I'd love to watch it over, but like I would have to get my girlfriend or wife, whatever, to like watch it again with me, and I don't think that would happen. So
It was hard. It was actually hard to get through Better Call Saul just because, like, I kind of the last season or two of Breaking Bad, I just kind of got through it because it just kind of for me it kind of just kind of went on, and I just went on.
well,
And
like, didn't they run the last like 3 seasons together? Like, it doesn't even change. Like, it's just one long continuous storyline. It doesn't even skip time, does it? Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
they were really good about like making it so that like each season picked up right where the last season left off. So it was kind of like weird like that, but
Same thing with Better Call Saul though, but they
Is
had
it?
all the it was all the new stuff, but it also had all the flashbacks and flash forwards.
Oh yeah, yeah,
It was
yeah,
all
yeah.
flash forward. I should say not flashbacks, all flash forwards.
Flash forwards. Yeah,
It-
which
it-
messes
telling a
you
story,
up.
It was telling a story in reverse as well as
Hmm.
you know, so and some overlap. So anyway, it's been an exciting week in the NFL this week, huh?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Some trades and some stuff going on with AD. So when do you guys get started and go over the some of the all day stuff?
Okay. Go ahead, Blaze. I know you're way up on this playbook.
Well, way up. I don't know.
Way up, way up. Way more
Well,
than me.
I think it's interesting just kind of watching people scramble now. I think things are kind of going up because I think a lot of people were looking at the playbook countdown, not the challenge countdown, where it says 18 hours left versus 2 days and 19 hours left.
Right. So
I think-
talk to me about that a little bit, because someone confused me earlier about that, and I asked you about it and you had a good explanation. So the challenge aspect of it is ending tomorrow,
Yeah,
but you can still burn until, what is that, Wednesday?
I think Wednesday. Yeah, 2 days plus 19 hours. So yeah, Wednesday.
So essentially, though, okay, so the common Mahomes So that would be the Burns, right? That you can do,
or the rare Mahomes. You can do that too.
or the rare
Whichever
Mahomes.
ones. You know, they're pretty. The prices kind of show that. Last time I looked, they're pretty.
They
They're
totally
bang
do.
on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bang on. So like, but you can do that until Wednesday, correct? Because
believe so.
you're starting to see that pump hit right now with that Mahomes.
Yeah, the
I'm wondering if
Mahomes burning
people,
does not have the 18 hours beside it. It's open for 2 hours and 18 hours.
okay,
2
2
days.
days,
Sorry,
18
two
hours.
days and 18 hours.
Gotcha. So, because yeah, like so right now I'm looking at it, and the move the chains is up to 32, and the divisional round is up to 33, which I found funny because the divisional round one for a long time was like half price of the move the chains, just because it was less desirable. The set wasn't as good, whatever you want to say, right? But now it's getting to the point where everyone bought that so much that it's caught up to the move the chains one, which is crazy. Which is totally crazy.
It's pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see how they separate themselves as time progresses, right?
Right.
Like, you would think that a lot of people that wanted to sell their divisional and move the chains would have already listed theirs, right?
Mhm.
Theoretically.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't dip too much, and those moments that are being bought right now aren't coming back onto the market. They're getting annihilated. So
Yeah, they're getting burned. So you would think it would continue to go.
it should not move down
yeah.
theoretically. Like it's not like you're going to see an onslaught of moments listed at the end of the challenges. So
Right.
it,
And
it should just be people buying or randomly deciding, you know what, I want to allocate that $30 somewhere else.
right. So talk to me about how many completions we're going to be at for that Mahomes rare.
So right now there's 71 that are completed burning.
Okay.
So that you can chalk those people up to being done. I would think
Right.
like you're not going to burn and not complete that.
Right. So
And then
71.
there is 99 people that have done the like cheat code,
The cheat code.
the
Okay.
fast pass.
Yeah. So AJ Brown or who is it? Hubbard?
Sam Hubbard, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then there is the bottleneck is that playoff leaders.
Mm-hmm.
For 15 yards. If you need to complete that or burn basically. Okay. And there's 338 that have completed that.
338. So 71 plus 99 plus.
Yeah, so it's going to be over 500.
558. That means we're at 558 already.
Yeah.
So what's something comparable that we can take from a challenge, from a Series 2 challenge that has a similar mint count? I mean, is there anything that you would have expected to be like a lower mint count and a higher price, but that ended up being accomplished by so many people that it just pushed it down into no man's land? Because that's where I'm fearing that this is going.
I'm kind of worried about that too. I'm just dried upset here.
Yeah, so if it gets to that 899 range, it's over, but it's not going to. We already know that. That would be way too much of a miracle for it to like jump 300 mint. But if it comes in close, I mean, even 558, I would say, is pretty fairly close to that. And I'm just wondering how valuable this moment's going to actually be, because look at what people did to achieve that, right? Like with the burns, especially, you're burning that Series 1 and you're getting this Series 2 drawed up that, quite frankly, I don't know how many people are after that drawed up set.
The best comp might be the Purdy, maybe, even though that one has badges.
Yeah.
Purdy obviously doesn't carry the same name value, right? Mm-hmm. So maybe that balances off that badge.
Yeah, I think the
Purdy's at where'd he go? I dropped my phone.
Someone was talking about how
it's 581 right now mint for Purdy.
Yeah, so like we have a championship badge for the Mahomes like rare that's coming out. I mean, do people really care about that?
I I think
I
the
mean,
fact
because
that
the
it's
Lego is going to have a championship bag too.
right, like
So I'm not
it's
sure
not like
how
it's
much
the
a
only
rare.
one,
That's what I mean.
but
Like,
it
if it
would
was
be
the
the only.
only one,
I mean, not everyone has access to Legos. That one's.
sure.
I mean,
But
that one's
I'm
20
wondering if they're
grand. So
gonna. I'm wondering if they're gonna have another rare though for Patrick Mahomes
I
in
can't.
a
I don't think
playoff season.
so.
Like,
Not for this year.
not for this year, right? You
That
would hope
that
not.
would be extremely disappointing.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just like some of these players, they're just being flooded, but that's okay.
Well, you know what? For Mahomes, if we escape with 600 new moments in all of series two, is that really all that terrible? I mean,
No.
ideally, it's 0, but we all know that's not going to happen. So, he didn't get one that it was at even a full rare mint count,
hmm
assuming it doesn't blow up over the next couple days.
Right. Which I don't. It would be pretty hard, right? I mean, even if.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
hopefully
here's
people
the
just buy
thing, though. I
rares
mean,
so that it evens out, right? Like
mhm.
you go in
Well,
with that thought process.
the 99 cheat code completion has me confused because I'm wondering if people just know that they can do it but don't care.
Well,
'Cause
so what I'm
there's-
kind of hoping is that there's some people in those challenges
Mhm.
that have completed them, but have also done the 100, like have the fast pass and just like did the challenges because they have the moments.
Right.
So it kind of inflates it.
Okay.
But that might be wishful thinking.
That would be cool, though. I mean, it might take a few of them off, right?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Lecky, I don't know. Daniel Jones, like, isn't that going to be a what up, RW?
That's got to be a common for sure.
Yeah,
haven't
it's got to
looked
be
at-
like over 2,500.
Yeah. Unless we get someone like the DK where it's like
6,000.
people just
Please.
forget to burn.
Mm-hmm.
Which there was a significant number of people that did that.
I
But
didn't look. I didn't really look at the rookie one. But
yeah,
did you even have to do anything?
I
You
mean,
didn't, right?
I had to click buttons.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, like 8.4 thousand, like 8,400 have done it up to 30
wow.
yards.
Oh wow. So yeah, that's
And all you had to do there was buy the pack, and it's a bunch of free challenges basically. So
interesting.
you get 30 yards for having 3 moments from the playoff packs.
Mm-hmm. So what do we think? I don't know. What do you think? So just kind of changing gears here. What do you think is going to happen with all these Aaron Rodgers moments if he gets shipped off to the Jets?
They boon up for about 5 minutes and then settle back down to somewhere close to where they were originally at. I mean, that's just my opinion.
Yeah,
Just
probably. But I think he's a good. If you don't have one, he's a good one to have because based on past precedent, they've done players who've exchanged teams challenges before. So you want to be prepared for that.
I'll never forget that because of the Drew Lock stash that I
Yeah,
I got
exactly.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't left holding that bag only because of that challenge.
Yeah. So realistically, what you're saying then is that we should all go buy the common, right? The $2 common.
I don't.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
So many comments now that
I know.
I don't think you'll ever see a pump on those again.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, just along those lines, someone pulled the.
I did buy a DJ Moore debut though when he got traded.
But that could be used differently though, right? Because you're going to be using hoping that he hits in a challenge, whereas how often does Rodgers hit in a challenge? It's almost none.
Well, we've only had one season of experience, and it was a garbage season for him. So
yeah.
Most of his stat lines were like 250 and 2 touchdowns rather than his normal 3 or 4 games where he's going to throw for 330 plus and 3 or 4 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It wasn't a typical Rodgers 30, 40 touchdowns.
But I think you can see that on this team if he lands on the Jets.
What up, Freddie?
Yeah, as long as those young guys can run routes. and
Mhm.
catch the ball, they should be okay.
Yeah. So, it does make me think though, because what do you do
Yo, Fred,
anticipation wise? I mean, like, this is what we're trying to do, right? I mean, we're trying to anticipate pumps and
Yeah. Get
what
ahead of the
moment,
curve.
yeah, like what moment are you buying of Aaron Rodgers in case something happens? I mean, do you need a rare? In which case, do you
Well,
go with
I
the
saw.
draw it up? Because the draw it up has way less mint count.
I always try to go for something that I'm gonna look towards completing a set with, also. So I would say the locked in is the one you go with,
Okay.
right? Because very
Yeah,
few of us are gonna be able to complete the draw it up, but the locked in kind of serves two purposes there, where you're covering that base
right.
for the challenge, and then you're also getting that moment for that
For the
series one
set.
set.
Yeah. No, that's 100% true. I didn't even think of that. Because the draw it up, how many people, like you said, are going to be able to complete draw it up, right?
Even if you're just doing the rare set, it's only like 120 or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
So
it's hard. I mean, I did go ham on the Aaron Rodgers locked in, and I got burnt on it for sure. When it first came out, man, it was selling for like 300, and now look at them, they're like 50. I just don't ever see him. Even if he retires, we all know what that does to moments. It
Mhm.
does nothing. It's not going to go back up to 300. There's just no way.
So I would really like the DJ more because he doesn't have a Lego.
Yeah.
Also,
that's his highest rarity.
highest
So
theory, yeah.
that's a good one to hold for those challenges when you need the highest rarity of each to get the like all pro level or whatever plus.
Yeah.
Right. So how much were you picking those DJ Moores up at?
I had one already, and then I just grabbed the second one.
Oh, okay. What are they living at?
It was 31. I think it's at 33 right now.
Mm-hmm. Freddie, what do you need for launch codes still? Launch codes is definitely like one of the must-haves, right, Blaze?
I agree. Yeah, this is one of the ones they haven't gated yet.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's at 141 completions, give or take.
Mm-hmm.
So
Everything.
it's not it's probably not going to be a Lego, whatever they gate it for, but it'll probably hopefully be a pretty sweet moment given that set or pack access. Maybe it's a premium pack that they gate with it.
Okay.
Just a peak speculation there.
Okay. Oh man, you know what? It's I just saw this. I didn't know this, but did you guys know that they're bringing back Juwan Johnson? 2-year deal, $12 million for Carr. Yeah, for Carr.
Well, he was already there.
No, he's already there. They're just locking him in. 8.5 guaranteed.
Did you guys happen to see the comparison of the state?
I like Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
Not even just because of the player. I think he just offers a little bit of different skill set there, but
for sure.
Speaking of the Saints,
his low key, his draw it up is probably my favorite moment to buy right now.
Mm-hmm. What were you gonna say, Phoenix?
No, the comparison of the Saints quarterbacks. I just saw it. So it was posted on one of the media sites where they actually downgraded by getting Carr with their.
That's such a bullshit image. I know exactly which one you're talking about, and
but
the Saints are a better overall team.
Dalton can't move, and just
No, that's such a flawed image. The Raiders were a crap team with a garbage coach.
No, I agree. I agree. I thought it was funny though.
He also didn't play 3 games.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, in the end, isn't Derek Carr just going to be like just more of the same of what they've been doing for the last 3 years?
No, Derek Carr has the ability to get the ball deep
with those receivers, and depending what they do, depending what they have at running back.
Here I am defending Derek Carr.
I know what is going on. Like,
you know what,
Monkey Carr Man. I need that Hakeem. God damn. He must buy my wallet as well. I think that Derek Carr is better, obviously, than Andy Dalton, and obviously Derek Carr is better than Taysom Hill. But
how about Jameis?
So
He's better than. I think he's better than Jameis, but
They're talking
it
him
depends what
back up
Jameis, it
for
depends what
Denver
Jameis
now.
you get. If it's Jameis from 4 years ago, or is it Jameis from the last 3 years?
exactly. Okay, so that's what like Jameis on the Bucks or
The gunslinging Jameis, I would love
yeah,
to see him
yeah.
in
The one who's going to give you a shot,
New
but
Orleans.
then take it away from you at the same time by throwing an interception,
I'm gonna
Jameis,
eat some chicken wings.
or
No,
like,
no. The Winston that would just heap the ball 45 times a game and threw for 300 or 400 yards every single game.
Mhm.
That Jameis, I think, could have done something. You know, if
yeah,
Thomas was healthy with Olave. I mean, but I don't know. I don't know why they stuck with Dalton. To be honest with you,
yeah, I
and
have no
wanted
idea
to
either.
just unleash Winston.
Freddie, is Adams tied to the Raiders for like longer than a year though? Because isn't he there for 3? I mean, it's not like they can't renegotiate that and get him out of his contract, but I believe he's there for 3. I don't know. Someone want to double check me on that his contract, but um, I don't think that Adams and Carr's relationship is like on the outs or anything like that. From what I've read, they're kind of just like, oh well, that didn't work out. But at the same time, can you imagine being Adams and then like your best friend is like, come hang out and play football with me, and I'm gonna leave now. But the only thing that was people were saying is it's not like Derek Carr decided to leave. I mean, they legit were like, bye, kicked him out the door. So I don't think that relationship is bad. However, if someone was gonna go and fight for Adams, like, can you imagine Rodgers getting Adams back on the Jets? That would be insane. No, Monkey, you're right. Adams should have never left Green Bay. If Adams wouldn't have left Green Bay, I don't even think we'd be having the Aaron Rodgers discussion right now.
Sure, we would. They hate
No
him.
way.
They hated him the last few years in Green Bay. They didn't want him there. They wanted him to get out of there somehow. They haven't wanted him there in the last
See,
3
that's
years.
crazy to me.
They really haven't, though. I mean,
I know. No, I could see that.
it's common
People were
knowledge.
blaming his like personality and such, but I mean, I just don't know how true that is.
You know what? I actually I'm one of the people who like him more and more. And the weirder he gets, and the more like
More of a human he
the
is.
more authentic he is.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're awesome, dude. Just
Yeah.
keep being unfiltered and
Yeah.
you.
Did you see that interview with him and the I'm sorry, the wide receiver that he did the interview with like for 5 minutes at what's it called? Hold on, I'm
The
gonna
dark
find it.
history thing?
No, it's someone help me out here. What is this? Where he announced that he'll make a decision in a couple days, or like, but we'll know soon, or whatever he said.
I'm
It's
Aaron Rodgers, and I'm taking my talents to New York City.
that would be crazy.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm super excited.
I hope it's something absolutely crazy out of left field no one saw coming.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna go back up Tua in Miami.
Oh, Brandon Marshall. Jesus, that took way too long. Yeah, Brandon Marshall had this like little thing with him on YouTube or whatever. It's called I Am Athlete, and Brandon Marshall like has this little like I don't know podcast thing, and he was wherever he is talking to Aaron Rodgers. I think they're at the combine. It looks like, but yeah, Aaron is just like, yeah, you'll know soon enough or whatever. But I don't know. It seems like everyone wants him there. Like it seems like if he went there, that he would have a whole bunch of support around him from like teammates and such, which I don't know that he has right now. I don't know. Do you think that like people, yeah. So I kind of skipped over here, but what that Matt LaFleur doesn't like him comment, and then Freddie Morales after that. I'm not, what are you talking about? I don't think that he is. Wow. He liked him better before he got real. Badman said, really? That's interesting.
I like him better now that everybody hates him.
Yeah, kind of, right?
It's like a good comeback story now. Rodgers comes back, throws for 4,500 yards and 35 touchdowns, leads the Jets deep into the playoffs, and oh my gosh, like, and they thought he was washed up 3 years ago in Green Bay.
Yeah.
Really? I'd love this. I'd love this. I'd actually, if it
And
wasn't
he's
if it wasn't the Jets and I wasn't a Dolphin fan, and if he goes there, I would not want them to win the Super Bowl at all.
right.
But it would be sad because I would want Rodgers to win the Super Bowl if that makes any sense.
No, I mean him going to a new
I
team and
think
winning.
everybody.
Yeah, him going to a new team and winning a Super Bowl would be like the ultimate. So there's always that. There's always that, like, who's the greatest quarterback and who's the best quarterback, and everyone always says Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback because of his accomplishments, but he's not the best quarterback. Whereas Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback. Like,
Yeah, it was like the same thing with Dan Marino back in the day, and the same thing with
Elway was that?
Peyton, and that. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah. Yes, he's out of the darkness. Might be the Kyrie of football. That's actually true. I could totally see that. That's a great comment.
Yeah, but he doesn't
Right
take,
there, Ben.
But he's not taking games off and making it all, crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, Kyrie is another 5 levels beyond Aaron
He
Rodgers.
is for sure. Yeah, Kyrie says some crazy things, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
not even well. They're similar, but Kyrie is like another level or 2 up.
Who doesn't believe the earth is flat?
Kyrie, Kyrie thinks the Earth is flat.
Kyrie thinks the earth is flat?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He's totally just as annoying. No way. Lecky,
No.
come on. No.
Kyrie's
no way.
Kyrie's talked his way out of how many teams and screwed up how many organizations, and then just
Yeah.
doesn't play when he doesn't want to play and makes up his own rules and decides what he wants to do and how he wants to do it on his own terms, no matter what, and he's still getting paid. Really, if it was a normal guy, he would have been fired.
There was also reporting of the Jets restructuring their cap space too, so it's just leading to the rumors of them trying to absorb Aaron Rodgers' $60 million that they'll have to pay him. He did, but I don't know. I think that when it comes down to it, that's just numbers, right? I mean, they can always make that. Blaze, I know you know a lot about cap space more than me, but like,
it's all imaginary. There's
is
always
it
a way to
like
structure it?
There's always like a way to get around it, right?
Yeah, they
like,
can give
if
him
you
they
want
can
to
give him
absorb.
$5 next year and then defer it all for like 35 years. Who cares? There's a million things to do.
Every single year, they say the Saints are up against a cap and they're going to have to make tough decisions, and then they sign the best quarterback available on the market.
Yeah.
See, it's funny. Like I'll agree with these comments here. Where yes, he won LeBron the chip because LeBron. Honestly, I always supported LeBron up until the last couple of years, and yeah, he just is a crybaby and just chokes. And then, respect for the hatred of Kyrie.
I'm not saying that I don't hate Kyrie. I'm just saying that Rodgers isn't Kyrie yet.
He is so talented, though. Kyrie is like crazy talented, and you know what? I respect his game. I respect what he can do. I mean, there are things that he can do that other players can't do, and if he puts his mind to it, he is clutch, and he can do a lot of things because he can support and he can lead. So I mean, I just can't stand his antics.
Yeah, Lecky, can you post that article by any chance? I'd love to read that because Mahomes' contract is always like a fugazi. Like no one knows what's going on there. I feel like you never hear about Mahomes' contract ever. No one ever talks about it. He'll just restructure and getting $2 million this year. Really, that's crazy. Yeah, I'd be interested to read that if you could find it, but no worries. I don't know though. Going back to let's see, a need in quarterback though. What do you think about the rumors in San Francisco that they're going to just because Brock Purdy's not going to be ready by the start of the season. We know that, but he finally did get his surgery. So they're thinking for the time being that they're going to roll with Trey Lance. And
dude, Lamar is the new rumor.
No. Are you serious?
Yeah,
I hate that for San
that's the
Francisco.
new thing. That is the new thing.
I really don't like that for San Francisco. I don't think he fits in well there.
I
It's
don't
too
know.
much money. It's too much money for San Francisco to spend on someone who.
It's a super team for sure if you went there.
You think so?
Well, I
And
think
then
you
what
got
do
a
you
lot of
do?
uniquely skilled players there on offense. You'd have C-Mac, Lamar, Debo,
Yeah.
Kittle,
Kittle.
Ayuk.
Juszczyk.
Yeah, Juszczyk. Yeah,
Odell Beckham takes nothing to go
Oh
there.
God. I could see it, dude. I could see it.
No.
Niners just going like all in.
and
Can
they've
you
had that
imagine?
type of quarterback before in that system with Kaepernick.
Yeah,
So
they have. Thank you, Lecky. Appreciate it. They have, but like that. So then what? Lamar to Niners equals Super Bowls? Are you serious?
yeah,
Like, so what? You let Trey Lance learn behind Lamar, which to me just seems asinine because they're legitimately like 2 years apart. And if Trey Lance isn't at where Lamar is now, back when Lamar was that age, then he's just not going to be. Like, let's just be real. And has Lamar had a major injury like Trey Lance has? Or were they calling
he's had
Trey Lance as a
small
high
injuries.
ankle sprain? What was Trey Lance's? It was a broken ankle, correct?
Something like that.
So I don't think that you can really say that Trey Lance would learn much from Lamar considering the age gap. It's not like, someone learning from Rodgers. It's not even close to that. Because they are saying that they want to give Zach Wilson a chance to learn under Rodgers for a while. If it comes to that, they're going to ship homeboy. What's that dude's name? Mike White out of New York if they do get Rodgers, and they're going to keep Zach Wilson.
So Trey had 2 injuries to his ankle.
2 different ones.
He had a fibular fracture and a ligament disruption.
Yeah, dude, I don't see that guy playing very well again.
He's barely ever played in his
And
career.
he's played like 13 games or something like that. He started 13 football games.
Something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's a total waste of a $2,500 moment right there. Those should all just be burnt. No one should ever buy that. Let's try and bring it back to old days for a second. But yeah, that's just a horrible moment. But Lamar, so I don't know. The Niners were never rumored to be interested in Lamar until now. I just heard you say it. And all the people who were interested or who they thought were going to come after him didn't. So I'm not sure. There was like that whole.
The owners are colluding.
They are, right?
Oh,
like
for sure. There's no
yeah.
way they aren't. They're all saying, like, because he wants that guaranteed contract, and they
Mhm.
don't want that to become the norm.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Which why would they? I mean, $220 million guaranteed is
they
ridiculous.
got to protect their assets.
Yeah, but like we also said, is it all just fake money? I mean,
Well, no, they care about real money.
Not so
cap is
guaranteed
fake.
contract.
Yeah, the cap is fake and
It's just
easily
the-
manipulated,
the
but
Rams
they
are
care
giving
about real money going out the door.
Yes.
The Rams,
Yeah,
the Rams are giving players away, so why not just give Stafford to the Niners for one season and let him win another Super Bowl?
Because that would be a team in LA region winning a Super Bowl, taking away from LA. They're not going to let that happen.
Why they gave away a player? They gave away Ramsey.
Yeah, to a team on the other side of the country.
Yeah. I don't know. Did you guys hear that whole discussion about how it's really weird how they're like Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, and Aaron Donald are the walls of our like organization. We just need one more. Like they think that they're like one guy away, that they can actually be competitive, that they're gonna go like 9-8, and I just don't see that happening. Yeah,
Not in that division.
Stafford 100% needs to retire. Oh, 2.5 times? Monkey Man, Lamar is 10 times better than Trey because he won't play again. I don't think Trey will ever play again. Not for the Niners. Maybe they'll trade him. I think that they're too proud though, and they're not going to take that L on giving up the farm for Trey Lance. Because what did they give up for him?
Trey Lance is going to start, and they're going to go as far as he can go.
And then what?
They're going to have to. They're just going to have to let him go and see what he does.
Well, if Blaze is right though, then they aren't thinking that. They're thinking they want to bring in a veteran, and they'll cut one of those fools.
They are in win now mode. They have the team. Like,
yeah, they have the team. So that's what I'm saying. So like if you got Lamar, you cut Trey Lance.
You wait 2 years, now suddenly C-Max, pushing 30?
Mm-hmm.
Kittle's old. You're losing a lot of those advantages.
Yeah, it's like like you said,
you're losing that defense.
Yeah, like you said, it's win now.
A lot can happen before next season.
A lot can happen. And you know what would be? Oh my God! I just saw a picture of Odell Beckham and Aaron Rodgers in a Jets uniform together.
Odell Beckham is jacked right now, and
Photoshop
supposedly looks explosive.
That's what I heard too. I heard his workouts look pretty good. And how old is he? 29?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, I mean, that would be crazy.
If you can't be excited about Odell and not excited about Cup, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm totally excited over Odell over Cup. I hate Cup. I hate Cooper Cup. Just if anyone's watching, I have a Cooper Cup listed for $1,100 that I bought for $3,200. That's how much I hate Cooper Cup. If you want it, hit me up.
It'll take $10.50 right now if you decide on the
I will 100% do that. Like I'm his
broker.
I hate Cooper Cup. God, now you got me all mad. You got me all distracted.
Why don't we go to some of the trades and what happened with the Chicago and the Ramsey trade and stuff.
Do you have the analysis on it? Like what they gave up? What's that Bears trade?
The Bears was a
third-round pick and a tight end, Hunter Long.
Yeah, Ramsey they did right by Ramsey. They sent him off to a team that's competitive. Great
yeah, that is true.
Dolphins.
Yeah,
I think a lot of times those deals too, right? Like that's the team kind of doing the agent a favor sometimes, I feel like, where now that agent, hey, you hooked up my superstar, like let me get you a sweet deal with this other dude in terms of contracts. I'm sure that sort of thing happens.
Yeah, that's a good landing spot, though. I mean, being a Dolphin fan.
Yeah, and Chubb, adding to Chubb, and they already had a good core there.
Yeah, I mean, if he can play still, it might be good, right?
He wasn't bad last year. I haven't looked at his PL.
I thought they were saying that he was getting burned off the line.
He definitely lost a step, but he's still. Yeah, but put him on the other side of Howard.
He strikes me as a guy that needs motivation, and if the team sucks, he's going to play down to that suckiness.
Yeah, that could be too.
Above.
That could be too, which I mean is a whole other issue in and of itself.
It's still going to be above average compared to everybody else. So I mean, it's an upgrade for the Dolphins, and it's a great landing spot, and for that price, I mean, what the heck?
I mean, you guys got him for free.
Yeah, I'm not arguing.
Yeah, like have a third-round pick.
You know who didn't go for free was the first-round pick for Chicago.
No, that was expensive.
Yeah, they got the 9 overall, the 61st overall, the first in 2024, a second in 2025, and they got a receiver in Chicago, which they haven't seen the likes of in quite some time.
Yeah.
In DJ Moore.
Lecky, they got him because Los Angeles obviously hates him. Like
no, Los Angeles is full rebuild now.
Full rebuild, yeah. Like don't know what they're gonna do with themselves for the next 3 years. They don't have a quarterback.
I think there's another quarterback in this upcoming draft, like not this year's, but next year's. That is pretty highly touted. So it's kind of a tank for him, probably.
God, their season was so bad last year, though. What's their draft position? Or did they give up too much because of
They
Stafford?
don't have a
Yeah.
No, Lion has their draft pick. I think it's
You cut out.
You lost me, Dave.
I think. Blaze
sorry, I
left.
stepped away to get a drink of water.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, the Lions have their first round pick.
Yeah, and it's 8th overall.
Yeah. Okay.
Pretty sure.
That makes sense. That makes sense because they did have to get Stafford. But I mean, what are they going to do? Are they going to run? They're not re-signing Baker, are they?
Yeah, who cares? They got their championship. They're laughing for
Yeah.
hit the reset button, come back in 2-3 years, hopefully have a new team. I imagine that's hard to do in LA though.
Hold on one second. Sorry.
I think DJ Moore is actually a great fit for Fields. Lucky, good yak. You can do those screen passes. Sure. Hands.
Plus, they have Claypool, who now is that's a decent second if he plays up to his potential.
So the Aaron Rodgers quote, I just wanted to go back to that really quick. He says, "Stay tuned. I think it won't be long. There's a time limit for all this. It's important to remember that free agency officially starts on March 15th. So I think that as soon as it is March 15th, whatever time that is allowed, that Aaron Rodgers will make his choice. It sounds like he knows what he's doing. That's crazy. I don't know. It's crazy. It's like when everyone wanted to say that Brady was washed, and then he went to the Bucs. I mean, it's the same exact circumstances.
Just needs inspiration again.
Yeah.
Fields went last year not completing a pass to a wide receiver.
Right, but who were his wide receivers?
Can you name 2 wide receivers on Chicago from last year? Go.
No, only one. What's his name?
Claypool?
No, not Claypool.
Mooney?
Mooney, yeah.
There you go. Can you name anybody else?
That was it.
Exactly. So
you're right. You can't name 2. You're right. No, you're right. I can't.
I mean, seriously, think about.
I'd have to look it up.
Like them and the Atlanta Falcons. How many receivers besides London? And Pitts doesn't count. And we threw Pitts' name out there for Roy since he's not here.
Yeah.
But name another receiver on the Falcons.
Yeah, Drake London. That's it, right?
Name who's their number 2?
Do they have any?
The tight end.
That's it.
It's funny though. Like those are the 2 teams that stick out that you can't name their wide receivers.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
That's true. What else is happening in the news? There was something
really.
Stafford's getting shopped, which I mentioned before.
Yeah, but what are you getting for him?
A big contract.
Sorry, I did find it. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are expected to target Baker Mayfield when free agency begins, according to Ian Rappaport and Mike Garafolo. So that's like real news right there.
That would be fun.
Baker with the Bucs.
I'd love to see that with him and the Bucs.
Yeah, I mean, so basically, it's like Kyle Trask isn't ready. I don't know. Was Kyle Trask any good? Period. Like, I don't think so. But I mean, there's always the only thing that they always say about Baker is that he's short. But like, if he's motivated to play, he's not bad. I like Baker.
He's got 2 number 1 receivers going there, a decent tight end, and
yeah, and an okay defense.
Yeah,
I bet you they feel more comfortable going with Baker than they do with Kyle Trask, and that's probably why they're going after it. It would be like a competition in the offseason. Let them play in the preseason and see what they want to do.
We could bring back Johnny Manziel too. I just had this conversation. I had this conversation with one of my buddies last night, though. Like, out of everybody, Johnny Manziel, if he ever paid more than 10% of the attention to football than he did anything else, he actually was probably
he's not bad.
Naturally gifted quarterback out of all the screw ups,
Mhm.
but he just never had the mindset to even pay 2% attention to it. It's crazy.
Right. Don't go after Josh Gordon's. Cordero Patterson. Isn't he a running?
He's a running back.
Okay, so you're messing with me. Okay, I was like,
And the other wide
that's
receiver
probably true though. I mean, it probably is their third.
Zacchaeus is the
Yeah,
other wide receiver.
Zacchaeus,
whatever.
That's true. I forgot about him. I forgot about Zacchaeus. I don't know. I just think there's so much that's hanging on the balance of what Rodgers is going to do. I think maybe nothing will happen. Maybe he goes to the Jets and it's just like, oh, well, Rodgers is out of the picture. Now we have to start trading for draft picks because there's not really that many options out there, right?
Who is quarterback in Arizona next year?
Whoever was there this year.
Yeah, I
probably
Colt. Remember. Colt
they'll
McCoy,
bring in
right?
some other journeyman. Yeah, they'll bring in someone else, but it won't be inspiring.
Now, what if somebody comes in there and lights Arizona on fire and Kyler's coming back?
I hope it's Jameson.
That could be.
Like he goes in there, throws for like 4,500 yards. Kyler comes back, like, nah, you can sit for another.
Yeah,
we want to make sure you're healthy.
Yeah,
we'll throw you. We'll throw you in there and do some trick plays.
He's gonna go like back to playing baseball. I don't know. I'm not a Kyler Murray fan because of how like immature he is.
I'm a fantasy fan of his though, because he puts up good fantasy numbers though.
Yeah, but would you want him in your fantasy? I mean, he didn't play half the year.
I won my fantasy leagues with two of them with him as my quarterback.
Really?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, but he got hurt. He got hurt late in the season, but I also had Fields in one of them for a backup, so it wasn't that bad. But no, he actually puts up consistent numbers, because the fourth quarter, it's like all of a sudden you look at him, his stats suck, and then he puts up like 12 points because he gets 2 pointless touchdowns, and like 125 yards in the fourth quarter.
Right.
Every game. It's hysterical.
I don't know. Can you where's Carson Wentz gonna go? Nowhere?
I bet you. You know what? I could see him retiring early.
Think so?
Nobody wants him though. I mean, how would you feel if you were him? Look at his every year. It's like goes in, starts, sucks, gets pulled. It's in and out. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, is he
that bad though? Is he that bad?
Is he a locker room cancer? Is he? I mean, it poses all these questions. Like, what's wrong with him?
Right.
I mean, does he just does he just have a bad rep and he's really okay and people just
could be, people just don't want to play around him or whatever.
Yeah, or he's just I don't know.
Like you said, he might be a cancer in the locker room. Like maybe he's just a big baby.
People think he is, and then people have that perception, which is even worse if he's not.
Right.
And
yeah.
They just assume.
Yeah.
And they don't give him a chance, because it doesn't seem like he ever gets a chance.
Mm-hmm. No, that's a true statement right there. I mean, I don't think anyone ever gives him a chance. And then
the Colts it was a joke.
There's a couple teams that might just be the same as last year, right? Like the Colts.
Well, the Colts now, that's going to be interesting what quarterback they pick in the draft now.
Is it?
Well, who's going to go first now? Because now Carolina's got the number one pick. Are they going Bryce Young?
Yeah. What? I
think it'd be kind of cool if they were securing that pick and then they determined that they could get their quarterback later on and they flipped it. It'd be like the ultimate AD move.
Yeah, they load back up and grab like another marquee
Yeah.
It's happened before.
Yeah.
You never know, because think about the packages that go for number one. I mean, right before the Bears, I believe it was 2 number ones, 2 number twos, and 2 number threes, or 3 number ones, 2 number twos, and a 3, something like that. I mean, that's pretty much what the number one pick gets you.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, hey, it's in the realm of possibility, and there's a handful of quarterbacks that are NFL supposedly ready this year. But then he got one of the most athletic freaks ever known to man in AR-15, who we don't know.
Who can't hit the broadside of a barn? You said.
I
Isn't
said
that your quote? That's your quote,
that's
right?
my quote. I said right now he's got all the athletic ability, but he can't hit the broadside of a barn with a beach ball. So
That's what it was.
I mean, but
That's
52% percentage, completion in college.
Completion. Yeah.
I mean, in D1, I mean, yes, his team was not upper echelon at all, but I mean, 50% in college. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's got a rocket for an arm. He could throw the deep. He could throw the deep ball. He could, run a 4.3. The guy runs a 4.4 40. Is the size of a linebacker.
Yeah. I mean,
Jumped out of the gym. But
how does that transcribe to like, oh, let's try this guy at quarterback? Why not like make him successful and make him a tight end?
Because he's got a cannon for an arm.
But he can't. But if he's inaccurate, they think did they try and fix him in college and it just didn't work?
Look who he was throwing to, and
yeah, that could be too.
Also, I mean,
don't talk to me about Tim Tebow. Like
he doesn't. He wasn't a guy who was throwing 20, 30 passes a game. He was running. He was running most of the time.
Right. And then who's going to stop him?
I don't know. But if you put him on like an Ohio State, what would he have done if you gave him like three receivers that can run routes and catch a ball and a good offensive line and a couple of cupcakes on your schedule? What would his stats have looked like rather than being on Florida, who just honestly have been atrocious?
Mm-hmm.
He's a huge question mark. I mean, it could be DeMarcus.
Yeah, a huge question mark.
He could be DeMarcus Russell for all we know, or it could be, the next. I don't even know. You can't say Mahomes because that would be ridiculous.
Yeah,
but
I don't know. You said something though that made me start thinking about someone else, and you said Russ. So, what do you think is going to happen with Russ
Wilson?
Yeah,
I think he's going to have a hell of a year.
So do I.
I mean, honestly,
I'm so excited to see what he's going to do. Oh my God.
Another one though. He's a weird dude, but he's an athletic freak too. Remember, this guy could be playing baseball for the Colorado Rockies and the Yankees right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he is that good. Have you seen the
I haven't.
The Peyton's Places where he just did with Russell Wilson?
No.
Go check it out.
What is this?
The dude was hitting bombs in BP. Every ball was out of the stadium. Like the dude just he's an athlete.
He's a freak athlete.
He is a freak athlete,
yeah.
And he's one of those rare athletes that he can easily bounce back, and he looks like he's completely jacked right now too.
Yes, he does. That's what I was going to say, is that he looks really good. Like when you're watching him, he just looks so good. Like his footwork's still there, which is like weird because everyone was, bro, I hit balls. Oh my God.
Speaking of that, that reminds me of
his footwork. Okay, his footwork looks good. He can still throw the ball, and he's not afraid to run it, and he's not afraid to get hit either, like some other fools in the NFL still. So, there's no reason why Russell can't come back.
He could still put up Russell Wilson stats. But here's the thing, though: if he puts up regular Russell Wilson stats, which is around 3,800 to 4,200 yards, with around 28 to 30 touchdowns and 14 picks, an above average year, nothing elite, but has a good running game and a good defense, you can easily win 11 games.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm excited to see Javonte come.
It's a hard off our division to win 11 games in, though.
He could still do it. He could still do it though with those things. But in that realm though.
Yeah.
I mean, 11-6 isn't really a stretch. I mean, last year, they said if the Broncos averaged, was it 4 more points a game?
4 more points.
Their record would have been the complete opposite of what it was.
Yeah. It was just that they were losing. Yeah. They were
losing one possession games, and they were putting up like the worst yardage in the league.
Mm-hmm.
But their defense was holding everybody to like 13 points a game. But I think the first 13 games. So, no, Russ is an interesting one, though, because I mean, I don't think he ever was that elite quarterback, but I think he was just consistent and above average. Like I've been the one who says, look at his stats.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing that really jumps out at you. But he also had Marshawn for a lot of that time too.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a guy who's got
and you have DK. Like DK's a freak too.
and Lockett. They had 2 number ones.
Yeah.
And he's got the prettiest deep ball of any quarterback too, because he throws the ball literally to the roof.
Yes.
And down.
It's a rainbow.
He gives it, but he throws it out. He throws it to a spot so far in front of his receiver and lets the receiver go get it. Not many quarterbacks can do that. And that's one thing that he is elite at that most people don't mention. But seriously though, go check out the Peyton's Places on ESPN Plus and check out the Russell Wilson one. It was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I will. The reason I bring it up is because I've been staring at his all day Lego at $1,400 for a couple weeks now, and I'm just like, God, do I do it? Like, I really want to do it. Because of the fact that it's still in Seattle, and it's of him dropping a bomb. You know what I mean? Like, it's a great moment to have, and it was selling for like $3,500 when he was getting all that hype from changing teams, and then just what happened was he just did nothing. And it tanked. So like a lot of these moments here, we're looking at legendaries that are just way, way undervalued. In my opinion, I don't know. Blaze, correct me if I'm talking out of my, but I don't know. His legendary iconic at $1,400 to me seems just criminal.
I mean, I haven't looked at what he's priced at compared to the other QBs there, but I think Herbert's above $2,000.
Herbert's at $1,999.
Yeah, so
if anyone wants
probably
that,
a little bit
up.
underpriced.
Yeah.
It's a fire sale. Sting.
Fire. I literally am like, there's a couple things I just don't want.
Get them now while they're hot.
No, but Phoenix, to your point though, if you go watch that Russell Wilson moment, it's exactly what you're talking about. It's this beautiful rainbow pass to Tyler.
I don't
Lockett.
watch moments. Remember, I've only watched.
Yeah, I know you're weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care about.
I don't know what's going on with you.
I don't like. I just don't care.
I don't know. He's got a gun, dude. He does. Like, there's no reason that he
you know what? Though? He
back.
talks about Peyton with it though, and that's because Peyton's where he learned it from. When he was like whatever it was, 15 or whatever, in a Peyton camp or something, he learned how to throw the deep ball. Because Peyton said, you never look at your receiver ever. You trust them to get to a spot, and you throw it to wherever that spot is that they're going to be. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Yeah.
And you let them run under it. But you throw it up in the air as high as you can, so when it comes down,
right,
it comes down right in their breadbasket.
Right.
It's like it.
Oh, exactly. I don't disagree with you at all. I think he's a great quarterback, and I think that his legendary moment is one of the next ones that I want to buy once I get the other one that I want out of the way. But yeah, I mean, it's a great moment. He's hyped. He's at the Seattle still, so I really like it. Yeah, Blaze, what's the moment that you like lately?
Honestly, like, I was just looking at one right now,
and
I don't want to say I like it, but I think it's one that if you're collecting sets, you probably want to look at getting. And it's ugly to say.
Mm-hmm.
Was a Carson Wentz
launch
code.
What did you just say?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Did you just
hear me out? I did. Hear me out. Why?
Okay.
So like I said, it's only if you're looking to complete the sets, which I believe someone in here said that they were looking at launch code next.
Yep.
So he has 141 that have been burned. There's only 34 left in packs. The launch code set has 150 completions now. That's 9 plus from yesterday because I just looked at this yesterday.
Oh, nice.
There was 9.
Excuse me.
When we mentioned it half an hour ago.
Of the, well, I didn't look at it earlier. I was just going by.
I'm just gonna assume we're that good.
So there's 141 burned plus 150 that are quote unquote locked into sets that are completed. So you're looking at 291 moments that aren't going to join in.
Mm-hmm.
or like go back on the market. There's 34 left in packs. So he's $36 right now.
$36?
Yeah, but
Oh my god.
and like it doesn't go up super fast, but there's just a bunch of one listings. So every time someone wants to complete one of those sets, they're buying one, and
Let's
it's
take
just
a
gonna
look.
keep going up.
$36. Wow.
So, like I said, it's an ugly one. It's not one you're ever gonna enjoy
It's not a sexy
buying.
pick.
Yeah. It is the last one that
You
I
can have them
bought
for the
for
price
launch
of
codes.
6 New York City dirty water dogs.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, this is ugly. Ugly. I need to recomplete launch codes because I traded it away, honestly. So
Well,
I
you might
need to,
want to grab out Lens right now.
yeah. $36.
Not at
I mean, you can't beat $36. Like, that's a great price. I mean, only
And
because you have to have it. You know what I mean? Not because he's ever gonna play again.
and then another one, just like going on that challenge vein again, where it's traded players.
Mhm.
Jalen Ramsey,
Yeah.
he only has the one more. Oh no, he does have a common now, but
Does he? Oh yeah.
yeah,
Is it
but
in Make the Stop?
yeah, I think that's what it is. But
Yeah.
the Jalen Ramsey rare is only out of 450, and it's
Oh, mint count. Yeah.
so it's a limited,
Hmm.
and that is definitely a theme for the rares that have been traded so far, in terms of DJ Moore and Ramsey. Rogers will have a bit more theoretically if he's traded, goes to a different team. So a little bit of
You,
spec.
you know what I find interesting is that Rogers is S1 common is magically going up. It's at $6. It was at $4 for a long time, like a long time. I was buying a couple of them at $4, and it kind of skipped over 5, and now it's at 6.
Ooh.
Whereas his S2 though is like at $2. I mean, it's worthless. But it's interesting to see though that people are picking up his S1 when the S2 is available for cheaper. I mean, maybe people are starting to realize the value in holding S1 moments over S2.
And yeah,
Just be me.
I think you're always going to see people being a fan of the Series 1 over that, especially a playoff moment. Like, yuck.
Oh, I know. So horrible. Like, I hate to say that. I mean, to go back to the whole moment picking discussion, but like who's making these decisions and why is always a topic, of debate.
Yeah, if they're not forced to do some of these things, then somebody's doing something wrong.
Right. Like I completely I will give them that much
Yeah.
leeway to say if you're forced to doing something, then okay, I get that. Right?
Otherwise,
Like it makes sense. But
no
otherwise you guys you're questionable. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I question.
I think we're gonna just kind of touching on the Rogers and that skipping of the $5 floor. I think we're gonna see a lot of that, and that's something I kind of take a peek at when I'm looking at some moments, like the DJ Moore one. I grabbed, I think it was like 5 or 6 of those for $4, just because like there's 55 listed at $4, which seems like a lot, but it really isn't. And then after that, you got a bunch of like 4 or 5 fit listings all the way up to like $25-$30. So if something were to happen where he's needed for a challenge in the future, that moment's just gonna explode.
Yeah. It like it plays hopscotch. It plays hopscotch with price point.
But that's when you get those spikes where all of a sudden it's included in a challenge or something, and it goes from $4, and next thing you know, it's like 18, 19, 20.
Right.
And then it slowly works its way back down to like that $8-9 range for the end of the challenge. But if you can get them if you have them earlier holding those things, you can spin those things off for 15, 16, 17 bucks, no problem in that short span, and then bam.
Yes, sir.
And we lost Sting.
That is one that I kind of will chip away at, especially because it's the debut. There's only 8,500 of them with
Yeah.
500 burned.
Some of those S1 debuts are so cheap though right now. I mean, you have to kind of pick them up.
hmm And then like once
I was taking
once
note.
that happens, right? Once those $4 walls get broken, things are gonna get set loose, and who knows how it kind of plays out from there. And as
Well,
people kind of get added to their collections, as people are developing, we're still seeing that user base grow. They're going to collect some of these moments.
is it?
More are going to get locked away. Oh yeah, buddy. It's like
Have you been tracking it?
Yeah.
See, like you're my all day guru. Like I need you to talk about this stuff, man, because I don't know. I've just been out here on a like island buying stuff because I'm retarded. Like I
No,
just bought, I don't know. Like I see
You're like
all
that
this
squirrel
stuff.
that just is going around saving nuts, not knowing what you're doing.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. I don't know. Like I don't know if it's doing well or if it's not doing well. The one thing I can say is like hanging out in Gen Pop and like a couple of those other chats, like the leadership from all day is basically non-existent. Like there's no one there.
Well, I
There's-
think you're seeing
like
it
are
get
they on
revamped.
vacation or like are they
I
I'm
hope
not
they're
sure. I'm not
reorganizing.
sure.
You know, you see they lost a lot of people there,
Right,
right? So
exactly. Yeah.
just
That's what I'm
before this
saying. Like,
playbook was released, so you got to save your shots, and there's only so many people around, and if everything's going well, there's playbook's been released. It's
mhm.
been out for a week and a half now. There's no new questions. Take that time,
Yeah.
reorganize, get ready for the next playbook. Because as soon as that's released, you're going to get bombarded with another round of those questions and needing to
Yeah.
be around 24/7.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
This one they kind of did right though, huh? They kind of like they set it up for 2 weeks and just let it go. And they can kind of
yeah,
like step away for a little bit,
right.
which I mean makes a lot of sense for like business purposes. Obviously, you would want to do that. You're not always gonna want to be able to hang out in like a Discord and answer a million questions, but
So
like,
just in 6 days, they've added like 300, 400 people.
really
Yeah.
interesting,
Again, assuming those aren't duplicate accounts, but I don't think they are.
right? You know what I find
They don't
interesting?
anticipate- Like you'd think if they're duplicate accounts, as you like get your reward for those packs, you then would consolidate those moments under one account, and then that unique owner is no longer in existence.
Right. I've been kind of tracking something different, and that's who's buying a lot.
And when that account was started, sort of thing.
Yes. And
Yeah.
so some of the accounts that have been inactive for a while, like I would even say for the whole last season,
Are back.
are kind of now back and
Yeah.
just going off.
Yeah.
Like I don't know like where they were or why they were hibernating so long, but they have been accumulating a lot.
They're hedging those $100 moments they bought that are now $2 and buying 20 of each.
No, I'm talking a lot more money than that.
No. It's a good time to buy some of these Legos and stuff, especially
Yes.
if you're going to be involved in the playbooks and deep into the playbooks and the higher tiers of the playbooks to get the highest level of each player.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's smart if that's what you're tailoring your account to do. I mean, same thing with like like Rumble type things. If that's what you want to do, load up on the players that you want every week. It's like think about it like fantasy. I mean, there's a bunch of different ways you could play it. I mean that's pretty much all my account is stars and stuff for stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, it's just what gives me hope, like for the future though, because I really think that Blaze was right back in the day when he said that the off season is going to be the season of all day, because in during the season we kind of saw what happens. It kind of flattens out, right? If anything, too, at the beginning of the season it peaked And then as the season goes on, it just dips and dips and dips. So right now you're seeing kind of like the start of that uptick again. And I think, 2, 3, 4 months from now, when everyone is buying up these cheap Legos, I mean, it's impossible not to be tempted by a $1,400 like Russell Wilson legendary. If he goes off next season, even for like 2 weeks. So say he goes off for 1 week and it's a fluke, right? And then he goes off for like another week. And then people are just starting to think about speccing him for the week after for playbook. And it's like, okay, yeah, you could go with his all-day debut, which is still a nice moment as well. Or you could just kill a bunch of birds with one stone if they allow a legendary for like 30, 50 yards or something like that. I mean, Blaze, you would know better. But
No,
it's
you're on
just
the right track.
what I'm thinking is like Phoenix says, like, just to add on, because I think he's totally right. If you start buying these legendaries, especially like these $300, $400 legendaries, I mean, guys, do you know I was buying $300, $400 rares a year ago, and now I can buy $300 and $400 legendaries. So like, I'm absolutely doing that.
Brady was like a $300 common.
Yes, $300 common, $1,200 and $2,000 rare. It's never going to get there again. But guess what? I can get, I mean, I don't know off the top of my head. Like Michael Thomas, I got that for like $300. There's a couple players. Let me see. That I'm just going to spout off really quick. That Jacksonville Jaguars team moment. It's not a debut, but it's still dope, and it's a team moment, and that'll help you out a lot. JJ Watt, $399. Derrick Henry, $420. Darius Slay, Amari Cooper, Fournette, and Mixon are cut, both of them. Mike Williams.
Mixon's gonna get cut. It wasn't him that had anything to do with the shooting.
You don't think he's gonna get cut?
I don't know.
Oh.
It just seems like
I thought they were gonna cut him because he was bad. Like,
I don't think he was necessarily bad. He wasn't great, but
yeah,
for that, I look at it from he has 1 year left on his contract.
right.
Why waste an investment on a running back?
Right.
Like they're gonna have to replace him, right? Or they just
Yes.
like leave him in there as a serviceable guy
Sure.
paired up with Samaje.
Sure.
He's looking like it was his sister. That
Oh,
was the
really?
shooting suspect, yeah.
Oh, wow. Man, now you got me off my train of thought. Oh, okay. My final thought. I was buying rares for like $400 or $500. We all were a year ago. Von Miller, Javonte Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown, New York Jets team melt, Nick Chubb, Stephon Diggs, Daniel Jones, Tua, Devonta Smith, Mark Andrews, Elijah Mitchell, Deebo Samuel, Aaron Donald, Lamar Jackson, Geno Smith, Christian Watson, Mike Williams, Joe Mixon, all under $600 Legos. Like, what are we doing here, guys? Like, why are we letting these things fall down so much? Like, we were all buying back in the day, right? We were all buying when we thought this was going to the moon, and we were buying like those expensive rares, and now we can get the super, super, super low mint count legendaries for the same price, and they're just sitting there. Is it like a discontent with the product or what? I mean,
I think, like, I'm just checking right now, but I think part of it is just the natural cycle, right? Like, if we kind of look at those prices from this time last year, right?
yeah.
Like, I'm looking. I guess it does.
I mean, I guess it's disheartening to see.
Like, when Mixon first was released, it was a $950 moment.
Mm-hmm.
Then in June, like midsummer, it peaked up to $1,750 when it's getting all that hype.
Right. That's crazy.
Right. So I think we're just in the earlier stages of that
upswing
cycle. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, like one of the ones that really surprises me is that Amon-Ra St. Brown. There's 49 of them. It's a 688 Lego that the lowest sale just happened, and it was $632 for serial number 11, and the highest sale. I mean, the highest sale doesn't count because it's a jersey, but the highest sale aside from that is like that's a perfect. Let's just say it's between 17 and 1500 is an average sale on that one, and it's 688 right now. And Amon Ra is not going anywhere. I don't think personally.
Yeah, and like so, the Amon Ross kind of follows.
I told you he's one of my top 5.
Yeah,
where he starts off dips super low at the beginning of the market, all through March, and then May hits and he gets some hype, and then I'm guessing the rest of his moments got dropped because in June he dips. But then as the season approaches, you know what it was probably? They drafted Jameson Williams.
yeah, could be.
But then boom, July hits and just pops off. So
right. No, you're right. You got to look at those trends.
But I think you mentioned something before those things, like just with the product itself too, because I've talked to a lot of people who are just kind of turned off by Dapper at the moment. You know, we're just like they're just content in staying kind of where they're at and
on the sidelines, kind of like not
they're
wanting
just kind of seeing where
much.
it goes because they got a lot of questions and you know, I mean, like here I'll bring up the comment here on all their leadership need to have a better vision back then that gave us more confidence. Yeah, it's that lack of confidence right now in kind of the vision and you know, kind of where everything's going and, you know, I mean, with the markets and everything the way they are and things going
that's
on.
true.
Yeah, perception is reality,
know.
though. Like, back when all those moments were crazy expensive, like we already mentioned in this episode, the circulation was way less. Like,
yeah,
I think it's actually really healthy and strong, the fact that there's 8,260 Joe Burrows on the market, and yeah, like hit for his debuts, and yeah, sure, there's 2 guys that hold 250 of them.
Yeah,
but beyond that, like it's pretty well spread out. Like,
right. And
then,
that is one of the things too, right? I mean, it's getting the more these things dip, and the more that the true collectors get a chance to buy them, it's going to help out, right? The distribution.
And they're going to, kind of remove from the market, right? And
yeah.
You look at that moment, like the Joe Burrow debut, and sure, it's $20, but then it's really only like 10, 15 moments away from being 30.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and if we keep seeing this growth of people coming in as the season approaches, those people that are just starting to get in are going to increase that rate of purchase, just like we saw in July.
And they'll be able to get in pretty heavily too because of the prices.
Right.
Yes.
Well, for now, and that's what's going to attract them, right? That's good. What's going to bring them in, and then those moments are going to be swooped up off, and then suddenly we're going to be back in a state where, come July, we're all going to be looking back on these prices just like we were last year. Maybe they're a little bit lower than what they were that same time last year, but they're still going to be up. People are going to be doing their spec thing.
Right. I love this comment here. Like my dad says, never buy a boat in the spring.
Right. Yeah. No, that's so true, though.
That's awesome, Ben. That's so awesome.
That is like a perfect analogy there.
No, it is. It is. It's so like, I don't know. I guess it's just like he said, like our small group or whatever that is totally obsessed with all day, and that we do this like every day and talk about it every day and buy moments and look at it every day. Like we're probably like crazy, and you know,
yeah, you guys
a small niche.
You guys are
a small niche compared to like those who like come buy stuff and then they're like, oh, that was fun, and then they like go away for a little while. I just never understood people like that because I always have to have more. Like, I don't know.
The 22 people that have joined since mid-January are hopefully going to continue to develop those collections,
right?
And through attrition, because all those Series 1 debuts and stuff, they're pretty much minted out and fully on the market. Not completely, but like we're not going to see the same drastic swings in terms of crazy pack drops and stuff.
Yeah,
we're now a moment's gone from $100 to $60 in one day. because he had 3,000 of his mint released
Oh,
more on the
gosh.
market.
Yeah, that was brutal. It's just it makes me think like what were we expecting to happen? Remember when like
CMAC is sorry to cut you off, but CMAC
No,
is
go ahead.
another one that like is just an even crazier example of that. Where I'll just let me pull him up, but where he is no consolidation of moments within one person. Like I think I'm one of the top collectors with 17,
Oh
and
wow.
he's got 9,232 on the market.
Hmm.
Yeah, Eli Manning has 21 and I have 19. Those are the top two. So
Wow.
and like yeah, sure he's $7 right now, $8,
Hmm.
but
But he's gonna be needed in playbook one day.
exactly,
He just
and it's his
is.
debut.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's a fact.
And
That's a fact.
again, like he's another one where it's a bunch of tiny little walls. Oh, 7 moments at 8,
Hmm.
6 at 9, 7 at 10. The biggest wall is 13 at $20.
Oh wow.
And then like and between 15 and 20 there's 4, 7, a total of 10 moments. So things can move quickly, and
Well, when it's
I think
needed
it's
too, right? And so like that falls back on the company of being like make them necessary.
yeah. And then like, does it come back down after? Like, what happens if you need to burn all those McCaffreys? Suddenly, the McCaffrey debut is going to be,
Hmm.
a $30 moment,
Yeah.
and it's not going to come back down. Just like that, those moments aren't ever coming back. So
No. Yeah.
it's going to have
I
to
mean,
take
that's gonna
someone
be
saying,
epic.
"I don't want this in my collection anymore."
Hmm.
But I mean, that's obviously going to happen at some point. But
Yeah. I'm gonna take your lead here, and I'm gonna buy a DJ Moore.
yeah, I like it. Buy 2.
I like it. I'm buying number 88 for $20.
I like those 80 numbers for wide receivers.
Yeah. Yeah. Me too. Number 500 is $19.
He's
So I just
another
went
one.
up
He has
$1.
2 guys that with 29, a guy with 24, and a guy with 20, and then but
For
he
his
also,
rare?
I know for his
Oh, I was
common.
like, oh my God.
Yeah, and 6,300 on the market. He's got 1,100 left in packs, but
Are you using OTM for this?
yeah,
Yeah. So you guys go buy your jokers, man. Use OTM. It helps. A bunch of stuff that,
love that shit.
yeah, for real.
Jokers,
All right,
Jokers,
guys.
Jokers are full price again, aren't they?
No, well,
I
they
think they're
are
going
right
back on
now.
sale again.
They're going back on sale next week to $99. And if I was a crazy person, I would buy 10 to do that super exclusive like Rumble lineup, but I suck at fantasy. Honestly,
You buy the JJs, and I'll pick the fantasy, and we'll.
that's a good deal, man. That's a good deal. That I don't know. We might have to talk about that.
How many
That's
JJs do you have, Blaze?
One.
Oh, see me too.
Oh, I got
We
6.
You know what we should do?
Do a podcast 10.
Of both feet inbounds pool of 10, but we couldn't do that because they'd all have to be in one account, and then we would lose our OTM access.
I got 6, so I'm already 60% of the way there to 10.
It's true. We could just
Already
buy
part of
2
the
each.
touchdown.
Oh, well, then we could just buy 2 each and send them to you.
Yeah, I could hold them for everybody, and just
That could be our both feet inbounds.
yeah, we could do that. We could, because I could use them for
Yeah,
the
but
regular.
Phoenix has no moments, so.
What?
I got 800 moments.
Oh, okay. That's true. You'd have to get back in the game, bro. What are you doing?
No, because I had no, because remember, Rumble is 90% common, so it doesn't matter because I also have like I stacked all the stars, so I got stacks of Burrows and Chases and everybody used for Rumble.
Yeah, that's true.
So it doesn't really matter. I have
plus. I mean, I hate to say this on air, but with Evaluate, we could just send you stuff every week.
True. Whoever you wanted to play for those things, I could just play them.
Yeah.
I mean, if you wanted to do that, I mean, honestly, I'm 60% of the way there already with them.
I know. That's a good idea. We'll talk later.
Yeah.
What is Blaze asking? Is the Jet overrated? What? What does that mean, Blaze?
The Jets.
Are the Jets overrated? No.
Not if they get Rodgers.
No, if they get Rodgers. If they don't get Rodgers,
Look at
then
Rodgers,
100% they're never going to do
average.
anything.
They're
Yeah.
9-8, 8-9 team.
And they're they're going like all in on Rodgers as well, so they're going to lose out on any opportunity to pick up somebody else as well. Just from what I've heard. McKinnon. What about him? McKinnon.
I love McKinnon.
Do you?
Yeah.
It's so weird seeing all these playoff
Spark
moments
freak.
for the Chiefs. I don't know. All right, I think we're gonna wrap it up. Yeah,
Yeah, let's shut
hour
it
and a
down.
half.
Any last comments from anybody?
Burn Mahomes rare if you're doing the playbook and burning.
Yeah. Stop spending $30 on Mahomes commons and just buy a rare and burn that instead.
Then you're
Stop
evening
wasting
out
your
your
money.
mint. You're maintaining
Well,
your value.
Bye.
See you,
T.
Tony.
Willier. Oh man, that's hilarious. All right,
Well,
boys.
Everybody enjoy your night, and thanks.
We'll
for
be
joining us
back
on the
next
show.
week with Roy back on Wednesday, boys.
Wednesday.
All right.
Wednesday. Go
Okay.
watch it on that. Go watch it on Netflix.
Oh, Wednesday. Everybody go watch the Oscars. Support your local Hollywood douchebags.
I'm gonna watch the end of the LA Lakers and New York Knicks game right now.
Man.
So,
All right, boys.
91-90. Let's go.
Everybody have a good night.
Enjoy.
Cheers.